こんにちは、モブルスタイリングギャラリーです。来年の紹介とイベントの模様をお送りいたします。ご覧ください。
Okay, welcome everybody, and very nice that you are here. And I will have a small presentation about me and my history and a little bit about the watches that I have done, and like a generally what Laine is really about. And if I start really from the beginning, because I have a little bit unusual background maybe for the originally I studied computer science in university in Finland, and I worked on that field for quite some time. I was doing computer programming and teaching, and that lasted a long time. But in year 2011 I had a moment when I felt that it might be possible to study also something else. I needed to study anyway, and then I was starting that this is a moment in my life where I can still try something new. And I was interested about watches in general, and I still remember one discussion with a friend when we were talking about watches, and then somehow we started to talk about studying the watchmaking, and it reminded me when I went to home, I looked at the internet, and what this is all about, this watchmaking. I didn't know practical things at all. And then I realized that Finnish watchmaking actually quite famous in the world. There is somebody like Kari Voutilainen, Stefan Sarpaneva, okay, that's interesting. And then I realized that they both have studied in one watchmaking school in very close to Helsinki, just 10 kilometers where I live. And then I also noticed that they are applying, or it's possible to apply for the school right now. The time will close in 3 weeks. I thought like it's a destiny. Then it sounded interesting, and I decided that let's go to do these tests. The tests were quite special anyway. It takes two days to make through the tests, and they test psychological tests and mechanical analytic tests, and then you have to work with the tweezers. They will test that how are your fingers, but it was fun experience, and I got in, and it all started. So when my studies started, it's like a normal 3-year school, but I started to behave slightly strangely already in the beginning, because there was like a couple of weeks from the starting of the school, I wanted to do something special. I wanted to do a real clock, which is not part of the normal studies. And then I found the drawings for a called Strut table clock, which was very unusual looking clock, and I did this clock all 3 years. And in the beginning it didn't look quite like this, but I didn't even understood how it works. It's actually quite an unusual design anyway. There is a planetary gear system which moves the hands. In the beginning I didn't understand anything. I just understood that, for example, I can cut this one part. Okay, I start the parts that I can do, and then when I learned more and more, I started to do more complicated parts, and step by step, all 3 years I worked on this clock, and it was done like an evening hours, so basically outside of the normal school time. So the days got a bit long, but that is where I got a lot of real hands-on experience. probably my 3-year study was actually 5-year study when I did something like that. Okay, during second year of school, many watchmaking schools will choose one student, or nowadays I think 2 students, to take part on this Lange Sohne competition. And because I have shown that I'm active and have already made some parts, I was chosen from our school on this particular year, 2014. And total of 8 students from watchmaking schools around the world will take part. And we met in May, and we had like 1 week tour in the factory and in the Dresden. They showed us around, showed all the watches, and there was some workshops. It was absolutely excellent experience for the students there. And in the last day, they will tell what is the project for the competition. Well, in my year, it was a moon phase made in 6 months for Unitas 6498 movement. And after the trip, I started to think about the problem, the challenge about the moon phase. And I wanted to do something little bit different than had been done before. And the basic idea for the original moon phase is the fact that when you are very north, I'm from Finland, we are quite a northern country, but I have been traveling also in Asia, especially Thailand, Singapore a little bit. And I have noticed that if you are very north, the moon is often, half moon is often more or less like this. But when you are very close to equator, very zero level, the moon, half moon, is often more like smile shape. And none of the existing watch movements will not show the difference. So I decided to do something that would have an adjustable angle for the moon depending what is your location. So basically it's relatively simple. There is just a front disc, adjustable front disc in front of the moon. This is the original plan, and here it would be in the end. This is very normal. For normal moon phases, basically like this. Those two, they are tools for the adjusting it, and with the front plate it looks like this. And here the front can be adjusted depending what is your latitude. And I was actually in Thailand on June after I was in visiting Lange. And I still remember the day when I was working with the computer and looking new information about the moon and how it behaves. And then in Wikipedia, I saw a picture like this. This is the first picture that has took behind the moon. This is from Apollo 8 mission that went around the moon. And it's also a very famous picture called Earthrise, which in a way some people say started the green movement, when people first time realized that they are living in a same closed planet and we have to take care of it. But for me, it connected the problem that I didn't still have anything nice on the backside of my watch, and that there is also Earth phase. We have moon phase, we have Earth phase. And when I studied it more, I realized that technically it's not so difficult because they go exactly the same rhythm but opposite phase. So I did some initial planning and I wanted to have the view from the moon as similar as possible in the original picture. We have moon here, we will have mother of the pearl on the ground, and then we have the sky. Technically relatively simple. There is one axle going through the whole movement, which transmits the movement. And here is my version, hand-painted moon on the sky. And now I had something interesting on both sides of the one. The actual work was really busy. We had originally 6 months, but when you take the summer vacation out when the school is closed, I actually had only like 4 months to do the whole thing, from the design, CNC programming, finishing, and of course parts don't work in a first try. You do one part, no, throw away, do another one. Very busy schedule, and have normal school there at the same time as well. But in the end, I managed to do it. I still remember I packed the watch 10 minutes before the deadline when I had to send it by special courier to Laine. I used every minute possible, but after a couple of weeks waiting, I get the happy phone call that I had won the competition, get nice 10,000 euros for tools as a reward, and then I managed to get into the ceremony also in Laine, which was in December, I think, and there was able to meet the big shots, Walter Lange and the CEO of Lange Sohne, and that was of course very good memory and all. And when you win the competition like that, it's automatically they will offer you a job there if you want to go. But my family has already organized everything for Switzerland. My wife had studied French for a couple of years already, a little bit before that. So we just decided to take a risk and go to Switzerland and try something own straight away. And I had been there already. I did some internship studies also in Lange, but also in Kari Voutilainen place. So it was not completely strange to me, but big jump anyway.
さて、ライネの時計ですが、さまざまなカスタマイズが可能です。まずは持ち番です。左からブルーのグラデーション、センターがロジウムシルバー、右側がゴールドのグラデーションのダイヤルになります。そして、インデックスに関しても全てアラビア数字、ポイントだけをアラビア数字を残して、残りをバーとかドット、そういうレイアウトにすることも可能です。ではここに見ていきます。これはブルーのグラデーションになります。そして、ムーブメントの仕上げなんですが、こちらはロジウムでシルバーっぽい仕上げにしてあります。続いてシルバーですね。こちらは、アラビア数字、すべてアラビア数字で、針も、先ほどのシリンジ型の針と違って、アロー型の針をセットしてあります。そしてムーブメント、こちらはイエローゴールドの仕上げにしてあります。そしてゴールドのグラデーション、こちらは 12と3と9だけアラビア数字を残して、残りをバーにした見せ方ですね。そしてムーブメントはローズゴールドで仕上げてあります。続いてムーブメントですが、こちらはユニタスの6498をカスタマイズしたものになります。原型がほぼわからないくらいの独特な仕上げがなされています。商品名ゲリドゥスというんですが、ゲリドゥスとはフィンランド語で水が凍りつくというような意味合いを持つ言葉です。その言葉通り、ブリッジの表面はフロストの仕上げがなされています。それに対して、天輪周りはブラックポリッシュの仕上げがなされています。かなりうまく作り込まれたムーブメントです。でしかも、こちらの方ケース径は 40mm になります。通常このユニタス6498を積んだ場合にはケース径だいたい42ぐらいになるんですが、よく 40mm に収めたなっていうところが、感心するところです。しかも裏蓋をネジ止めにしてあります。そのあたりにも独創性がすごく見て取れると思います。そしてダイヤルの細かなところを見ていきましょう。こちらはよくあるいわゆるプリントですとかアップライトという手法で作ったダイヤルではありません。モノブロックを CNC で、加工して、作ったユニークなダイヤルになります。これがなぜできるかというと、ライネ自身ももともとはコンピューターの技師でしたということで、自分で CNC のプログラムを組み込めるから、こういう手の込んだことを自分でやってのけることができるんですね。